Give me a minute before the news. A Charlotte restaurant that's been open 17 years is closing, and you have 12 days to get in there. I'll tell you which one at the end. But first, this is CLT Daily. I'm Steve Baboulis. It's Monday, August 17th, your independent daily briefing for the Queen City. Today, 3 North Carolina governments vote tonight on pausing data centers. Charlotte already paused 70 days ago. Good morning to ask what 70 days bought us. Here's the clock. On June 8th, City Council voted unanimously for a 150-day moratorium on new data centers. It expires November 5th. Council member Victoria Watlington put the point this way, quote, "When we can agree on the facts, then we can talk about good policy." That was 70 days ago, 80 to go. Here's what's happened in public since. City staff did 2 months of research and briefed a committee. They put up a frequently asked questions page. They ran a focus group. The recommendations floated so far: additional site assessments and stronger community engagement requirements. That's it. No draft ordinance, no public hearing scheduled, and the part I told you about last week. The task force supposed to produce those recommendations had already met twice, July 9th and July 23rd, before council was told it was meeting. Robert Dawkins of Action NC called the process ridiculous. Some council members want it restarted with proper notice. And the city's outside research help is unpaid. The World Resources Institute, a national nonprofit, doing in-kind work with no contract and no grant. To be fair, that costs taxpayers nothing, but a city writing rules for a multi-billion-dollar industry is leaning on donated research with nothing on paper. Meanwhile, outside Charlotte, Surrey, Davie and Watauga counties have already acted. Tonight, Greensboro holds a public hearing on a 120-day pause for any data center over 10 megawatts. Alamance County hears a 6-month pause. Yadkin County hears a full year. And in Stokes County Thursday, the planning board voted 5-2 for the second time to recommend denying a hyperscale data center near Walnut Cove. So here's the shape of it. Charlotte moved first in June and set the tone. 2.5 months later, counties a fraction of its size are voting on pauses longer than Charlotte's whole moratorium. Yadkin is weighing 12 months. Charlotte gave itself 5. And the fair thing, plainly, Charlotte's job is harder. Those counties are voting to stop the clock. Charlotte is writing permanent zoning rules for the biggest market in the state, what it can require on water, power, noise, and land. A pause is easy, an ordinance is hard, but 80 days is what's left to draft it, hold a hearing, and pass it. Watch whether a draft shows up with enough runway for anyone outside City Hall to read it. All right, here's what else you need to know today. School starts in 8 days, and the district just remade what school choice means here. The CMS board approved cutting magnet themes from 16 down to 6 and moving from school choice to program choice. Some schools lose arts magnets, others gain STEM ones, and 3 middle colleges become early colleges. Almost none of it hits this year. Most lands in 2027, with boundary changes this fall. And a 22-year-old woman is charged with second-degree murder in the death of a 17-year-old motorcyclist. Police say Julia Henderson was driving an Audi over 132 miles an hour, racing a Mercedes on I-85 near Sugar Creek Road on July 25th, and that the race caused a 4-vehicle crash. Alex Rodriguez was thrown from his bike and died there. She's charged, not convicted. And worth sitting with while this city argues about a teen curfew. The driver charged is an adult. The person who died was the teenager. Now, as promised, Good Food on Montfort is closing August 29th after 17 years. Bruce Moffett isn't renewing the lease. It opened in 2009, and it made small plates a Charlotte thing. The space isn't going dark. Leanne Dolcetto, 18 years in Moffat's restaurants, opens her own place there, bittersweet, after a renovation. If you want one more dinner at Good Food, you have 12 days. So does everybody else who just heard that. That's CLT Daily for Monday, August 17th. I'm Steve Baboulis. We'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same city. Until then, Charlotte, take care of each other.